Hello and welcome to another episode of the GreenZone podcast, Ireland's favourite American football podcast. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things we ask you to do every week and you don't do. And we will greatly appreciate it. As always, I am Chris. We have Dave, Sexy Boy McLaughlin over there.
Hello.
Owen, Panthers of the Caribbean, Connolly. With your rather fetching facial hair this week. And we are joined by the AFI Director of Flag Football, Ben Shinpads Arulogun. How are you, sir?
I am doing very well, and I am honoured to have the name Shinpads because, protection is key.
Yeah, so we're going to do a bit of we're not a flag podcast, so it's not really different. Last week was the first episode in the series of We Talk About Flag Now. And Ben was so impressed with the subpar job that we did that he decided that it's probably for the best if we don't do it, and he does. So thank you for taking the time out of your evening to come on and tell us a bit about flag.
No worries at all, lads. I'm glad to be on. I was meant to be on another podcast a while ago, but I just didn't have the time. As you know, it can be very busy in the evenings, but glad to be on.
Yeah. So, what about yourself, man? How'd you get started with flag and how'd you end up running the show?
Okay, so with flag, I started back in, 2017. I was in college. And our former director of flag came in. He set up a stand in IT Tala. It's now TD. And I just saw the stand. I never watched NFL or anything, but I was like, this might be a sport I might play. Because I was originally playing basketball and I just couldn't make the trainings because they were it's awful time. So I gave it a shot. We had a team. I think the team lasted about 2 months and then it just kind of folded. But from there, I joined the what were they called again? The Vipers. The Vipers, the Dublin Vipers. And then ended up playing international football as well in my second year, which is pretty cool. We had a quick tournament. And then since then, I've just stayed with the sport. It took me a while to play the kitten version, but, I eventually got into that as well. But, I've been playing it a long time, nearly 10 years now. Well, no, 10 years, 7, 8 years now. So
that's cool. And
long time in the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but what's your preference? Kitted or flag? Contact or no contact?
Oh, this is actually a difficult one because recently, last year, I decided to play on the defensive side of the ball, and I can tell you now, I absolutely love it. People who know me that joined, I initially did not like the idea of contact, did not like the idea of getting hit, Still have the shin guard, so I guess that's a bit of that staying with me. But maybe I'd probably edge slightly towards flag, only because, you don't get pummeled every single week. It's like lads coming, organized violence, as they say. So lads coming at you full speed and just trying to take you out, take you to next week. But only just because of that. Otherwise, I'd say it's about 50-50.
Yeah, no shin guard can protect you from an overly aggressive running back or right tackle who thinks he's a bit bigger than he should be.
Yeah.
So flag season so far, South Dublin Panthers reigning world champions of AFI flag football. And this might be a question for the two of you. How's the season going? How you find it?
I'll leave it to Ben. He's been at the games.
I would say the season is going well. I don't know if you guys have the tables up. Panthers are top of the table, but I think we're 6-1. We have the Raptors who are just behind us. Now, I will say, yes, we're 6-1, but the competition has been very close in most of our games. Like the Raptors, who made it to the playoffs last year, are usually a usual contender. They're always a team that the other teams in the Premier Division are looking out for. You also have the Eagles, former reigning champions several times over. They've played abroad several times. You've got other teams there. You've got the Hurricanes as well. Like the South Division and the league in general, it's it's pretty close in terms of competition, but I guess we've just got our eggs in the basket and our shit together, and we just happen to be 6-1-1 this time around. Like, they could have gone anyway, but it's starting out. We have the last regional game, so it's the first time it's actually been introduced where North plays South before the playoffs, and that's on the 14th of October, and then we get to play the likes of the Big Boy Cowboys. We have the Vipers, the Lions. So that's split between your seeding last year. So we will play the Cowboys and the Vipers, and then between the other three, they'll play the other three. So I guess it's kind of a mix and match. Blows the field wide open. Potentially, you could have teams that are in second, third place. They could suddenly become in second. Now the Cowboys, I don't know if they're going to lose their spot because they're undefeated. But
yeah, they're reigning Northern Irish world champions.
Yeah, that's
new kids,
new drip,
new kits as well.
New drip. Yeah, everyone's got new drip.
Rebel. Yeah, the sexy ball thing has made everyone a little bit excited about teamwork.
Awoken something in them.
Yeah, Owen's even went through a style change since the sexy ball. Man, I come on, like I'm loving the mustache and goatee. I'm loving it.
Chris, we need a big banner at the bottom going, Owen has a goatee. Everyone look at his goatee.
I'm working on it as soon as I find the charger.
You don't need to find a charger. Embrace it.
You should keep it for the rest of the NFL season, at the very least.
NFL season? That shit lasts till fucking February.
Exactly.
I'll have a longer beard than Chris by then.
Yes, you know what? And as we make every rule in our lives now, this will be put to a public vote, and the public will decide whether or not you're allowed to remove your facial hair.
Oh, thank God, because nobody's letting me keep this shit. My mother will.
Oh, yes, they are.
My mother will.
Guarantee that they are.
Yes, you'll look like me by the end of the season, just not great.
So, do you want to see the results from this weekend's flag?
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's talk.
We can discuss.
I travelled all the way to Portadown to see the first two games, and when I tell you it was the most traumatic journey of my life, I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning. I had to get to Dublin Airport from my house in the back arse of Kildare, and I missed the bus I wanted to get by like 2 minutes. I was fuming about it. Then the next bus was in an hour, and it wouldn't let me book online. So I was waiting until the bus driver showed up. The bus driver shows up. He tells me it's only cash. So I said, "Fuck, okay. Can I go get cash from the cash machine inside?" He said, "No bother." So I went to get cash. Cash machine's not working. The shop woman won't give me cash back. Disastrous. And he ended up just letting me buy a ticket for the bus at like 10 o'clock. So to the 10 o'clock bus driver, who had like 10 less people on the bus than he thought he would because they all scanned onto the 8 o'clock bus. Very sorry about that. But yeah, that only got me to Newry, and then I had to get a lift with a friend from Newry to Portadown, and then myself and that friend went off to Ballymena to film a video. But yeah, traumatic journey.
It just goes to show you that your dad just really doesn't care about flag football.
No commitment there.
No commitment at all. It's like he doesn't even like the league.
Oh God.
No fair play.
He did give me the lift to the airport. In fairness,
I don't think I would even fathom doing that unless I was playing in one of the games on a Saturday morning. To be honest with you, so fair play. Because as soon as that first bus, as soon as I missed that, I'm ringing Dad back. Take me home. It's just not in the stars to be imported down today. Take me home.
Did you go to the barbecue place?
We didn't. No, we went to the games and then straight up to. We went to the first two games and then went straight up to Ballymena to watch Ballymena United play Cliftonville in the Northern Irish Football League.
Ooh, a treat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the less said about that, the better, to be honest. Good crack filming, though. They gave us a tour around the stadium and all. Anyway, flag.
Yes.
Um,
Now, hang on, but before we do get into this, and I'm just going to steal this away from you. Right, the Belfast Lions, they're supposed to be shit hot, right? They're supposed to be really good, right? I'm correct in saying that. Yes, they're like a shit hot.
well, they're after this weekend, they're 2-6, I think.
Oh, so no then.
I think you should have
No,
have framed this question as Chrissy has asked us to ask a question.
Yeah.
And then you would have even had to have taken the heat for it.
I know. But it's my crossword. Oh, also, we've no Chrissy this week. She's teaching blind kids how to finger paint. I think was that what we decided she was doing?
Wow,
No juggling.
No, juggling was last week.
All right. Okay.
Okay, I'll just read Chrissy's question verbatim. What does Ben think of the Lions being destroyed by the Cowboys, even though the Lions have the former men's flag head coach, the assistant, and a ton of national team players?
Wow, that's a very good question. Considering the Lions came up from Division 1, so they were runner behind us, my guess would be that they're just not having their best season this season, because you can see that they beat the Knights no problem, 19-7. And they've been in a couple of other games. They've been in games with the Vipers. So I don't know. I don't want to say that maybe Joe going to the Cowboys from the Panthers, he gave them a bit of a boost and they're like staying the way they are. But for the Lions, I just think it's a case of it's just not their season this season. Although they do have Helen, who's their quarterback now. It's great that we're seeing women being the quarterback and she's getting in there. She's getting the experience from this year. So maybe it's just an experience thing, connecting together with your receivers. Like, I can't say for certain because I haven't been at the games, but I wouldn't say that the Lions are a terrible team, or the fact that, because they had the head coach or national champions that they should be doing well. Like, you can still have the best coaches and the best players, and just sometimes, a season just might not go your way. Like, you've seen it in Kidded, where the Rebels, who were champions for ages, they almost got relegated one season. So sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and this is the season. It's it's either not going their way, or they're just trying out new things because they have their new quarterback, Helen, who's female quarterback, played with the Wolfhounds. I guess it could be a few reasons. So I couldn't say for certain, but my guess is it's just not their season this season.
Yeah, chalk up their rebuild going up for 2024.
I will say as well, like, the Cowboys, they don't do small score lines. Like, the Cowboys just put up fucking points, and they just keep doing it. They do not stop.
They are Mike McDaniels and the Miami Dolphins.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, they are like, Peter Loughran is like, no offense to Joe Kinahan, I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, but Peter Loughran is the best quarterback in flag football. He's unbelievable. Neil Maxwell is the second best centre in Ireland. Hannah will kill me if I say that he's the best centre in Ireland. Best male centre in Ireland is what we'll say. And there's so many other players on that team that are just big playmakers, and they just don't stop scoring, and their defense is unbelievable. Like, you see with the Trojans, like 57-18 against a very decent Trojan side. Like, they're probably playoff bound. They're kind of competing with the Knights for the second seed, or not the Knights, the Vipers. The Vipers for the second seed, and they put up more points against the Trojans than they did against the Lions. So I don't think it's as much down to the Lions as it is down to the Cowboys just being fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, because I'm looking here at now. For some reason, AFI Redesigned hasn't got a graphic of this week's table, but I am looking at last week's and doing a bit of quick math here. But that would mean that, like, Craigavon have more than a 300-point positive 300 point difference. which
Yeah.
is just fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, that's twice as many as the reigning world champions.
But I
We'll
think,
see
like,
now.
I can't be be biased on these kind of calls, but I
This
will
show
say,
isn't biased at all.
I will say that the Cowboys are doing something right. Their receivers are good at goals. Peter, as Owen said, is an amazing quarterback. Him and Joe Gray, those guys can just throw dots at people like in between defenders. I don't know how to do it. If I tried that, I'd be sacked straight away. I wouldn't be allowed to be a quarterback anymore. And when you have a guy like that on your team and you've got good enough receivers, he can make plays. He can see people going down the field. And it's unfortunate to the rest of the teams that you're playing like against a guy like that all the time. And he's just going to pick apart your defense if he sees a weakness. I don't know. You just have to do your tape, do your homework, and prep for him.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
That's sorry, Chris, interrupting you because we'll never get over that. But in the North Division, like, I might be wrong. Obviously, like, if you watched last week, don't know an awful lot about flag football, so this is me just trying to get a grasp of what it's like here. But Craigavon and the Vipers would have more history in the league. They would have older teams. Would they have a more settled setup than the likes of the Knights, the Lions, and the Trojans? But then when you go into the South Division, it's a bit more equal in terms of teams who are like, there's not a big gap of history between the teams, between like the Panthers and Maynooth Hurricanes. I know they're a college team,
they're not a college team.
Oh, they're not a college team.
That's why I did that. So that's why you see like Craigavon really blowing teams away, because they've been there, done that year after year. Whereas the Panthers have a bit more of a modest goal or point ratio. Is that the right term to use? Like, it's a more competitive league in the South, just due to the fact there's more experience.
I would say that there is experience on both sides, maybe slightly more in the South. I don't want to sound as I'm saying the North doesn't have experience on the teams, because again, you have the likes of the Trojans and Knights and Lions, who are clubs, and they have their training sessions and they have the advertising and everything to have these teams. It's not like they're new teams. Again, maybe I would say it's just probably, as you pointed out, it could just be that they've been in the league slightly longer, because the Knights are not the Knights, the Lions are a flag only team. The Knights and the Trojans, I guess, typically that I don't want to speak for them, but they'd be more focused on the kitted rather than their flag. So maybe their coaches just haven't had enough time to train the guys up correctly, and they're just they're going out to the field. Coaches are doing what they can with the time that they're given, and I guess it's probably not as much compared to the Cowboys. But where you have in the South, you have the Panthers, who I don't want to blow them up because I'm on the Panthers, but coaches on that team are very good, athletes very good. Same for, you have the Raptors. They've got guys like Todd. He's been around the game a long time, being able to train these guys up. You've also got the Eagles, who they've been champions. They've been around a long time. And if you compare that to the teams in the North, it's just, I guess there is that slight gap in experience, and it's slightly closer in the South because you just got more of these teams that have more experience behind them. They've been in this game a lot longer, and then you see that as a result in the games are quite close. It's quite even for the most part, and then in the North it's slightly. But the good thing is, we have our increased in the amount of teams in the league since the league has started also many years ago. We've got, I believe, 20 teams signed up this year, which is great to see across the two divisions. The experience is coming up. You guys mentioned the Sexy Bowl thing. A lot of teams, have nice new kits. I actually want to shout out the Crusaders. When I was at the games in Sports Campus, I saw their kit, and I thought it was really nice. I like the splattered gold and black that they have. It's really nice. But anyway,
their flag
aside, yeah, it's actually very nice. But aside from that, these teams will gain the experience. And I'd say in a couple of years' time, maybe even next year, maybe the year after, you'll see that the scores will be slightly closer. It'll be more evenly spread across the board, and, anyone can take it from there.
Yeah, because all we really want as players in any form of the sport over here is competitive games. Nobody wants to go out and get absolutely spanked rotten every week. It's just not something that's enjoyable.
We know. Make the joke.
Yes, there's hashtag Jets, the Denver Broncos of AFI, but like it's
The
good. I
Denver
mean,
Broncos scored 20 whole points.
Owen, you're still in your probationary period of
Get
the.
that goody thing back up across the screen.
But it's like there's been such a major push on. I think flag. Now I'm an absolute new person to this sport. Flag in the last couple of years has really come along leaps and bounds. A lot of focus on it, especially from what the NFL are doing, what the European stuff's doing. I mean, for fuck's sake, we had the European Championships over here. Like to see as many people playing it and that competitive, especially in the south and the north. I mean, it's crazy to see that over here is actually now a very flag dominant league.
No, and that's actually really good. Obviously, I actually didn't answer one of your first questions, which was, what made me get into director of flag. So when we had our previous director leave, I was I was watching the league and watching how it's run, and I liked what I saw. I liked where the sport could grow, because obviously I'm in the sport and I enjoy playing the sport anyway. So I said I could step in, help the sport grow along with the committee that I have now. They're all really great. You have to so Joe, you all know Joe Buchanan's on the committee. We've got Ronan from Cork. We've got the Wolves. They're actually a new team. They're also on the committee, all putting in the effort to help out. And I think the European Championships and the growth of flag as a whole worldwide has just boosted it in Ireland. Because, once upon a time, you had 4 or 5 teams, maybe 6, 7. Few of them dominated. Now the Cowboys are still around, but we've grown from that small number to 20. We actually have a couple of new teams setting up. We have clubs that are setting up women's teams, which is great to see. So the sport has grown so big that we can now have female-only teams, which is fantastic. It's a couple of years ago, you probably wouldn't have thought that was possible. But now it's possible. It's growing, and it's only just going to grow even more. We're going to be in the World Championships. Athletes that make that team get to say, I went to the World Championships. There was athletes that get to play in the European Championships. I don't know, flag just has this, it was in this small box and now it's just blown wide open, and this, as they say, cliche, the sky is the limit. So I'm glad I'm in the role, and I'm glad I get to be a part of that growth. And hopefully you guys join the team and be part of that growth too.
Well, you did miss one very important moment that happened in flag football in the last week. Which was completely out of nowhere, that there's a new charity exhibition team has been announced.
Somewhere in the grapevine, I heard this mentioned somewhere.
Yeah, as anything on this show, which starts off as a joke, Sexy Bowl was one of them, and that became a bloody thing. The trophy's still sitting here. We're waiting to the presentation with the Trojans. So we jokingly said we would start the Lisburn Leatherback Sea Turtles charity flag team. And then we turned around and we have a fantasy group going, 16 of us from the AFI. And then we said, right, the fantasy team is the charity team. And apparently Phoebe Schechter wants to play us.
Oh, all right.
Yes, Phoebe Schechter's Sax in the City, her flag team wants to play our flag team.
Oh God, we'd get absolutely battered. It would be so embarrassing.
It'd be unreal. It'd be
unreal crack.
Yeah.
People would pay to watch us get our ass kicked.
Yeah, we'd raise so much money for charity, just people watching us get embarrassed.
Yeah.
It'll be like San Marino playing Germany or something.
Yeah.
But who cares? It's for charity. We used to get beat by 10 touchdowns all the time, Chris, me and Chris.
Yeah, you're call that a scrimmage.
Can we quickly talk about the playoffs, Ben? Because I may have made a few
Okay, that's fine. You don't have the graphic up for the playoffs. I just actually thought
I think the playoff picture is still the same.
Okay, give me 1 second. Not that
It's
I'm
in
not
the same,
prepared or
yeah.
anything. Yeah, I know.
This is a prime opportunity, Chris, for you to use your new.
It is, but it's only
Graphic?
4 seconds long. Oh,
Oh, it's just a little outro, just give us like a little ad break, is it?
yeah.
we
Do it, you have to do it now.
We'll use it. We'll just comment it bad.
he needs to use it when he's ready.
Yeah, when I'm ready to use it. So talk amongst yourselves while I flick it.
I'm ready.
What do you want? Division 1 or Division
Premier Division.
Either we can go to both. Either one is fine. Whatever one you bring up first is okay.
Right. So let me.
And actually, just while you're bringing it up, I will also mention that we also have college flag football happening. It's more than likely going to be held in UL. We have 6 colleges confirmed to be in it, and potentially a 7th. As you know, Panthers have been working in TUD in terms of recruitment and setting up their flag team. So the TUD team will potentially be the 7th team. Yeah, so.
And now
all the flag footballers in TUD now the last few days.
Are the college teams they're just uni teams? It's not like
Yeah. So we made the decision this year while you're still bringing up that we would separate the adult teams and the college teams, both for fairness, to be able to play in as much of the summer months as you can, and also to the colleges, because when they go to recruit, their recruitment is basically when students start, and college doesn't start till September, and probably by the time they get their first sessions, October. And it's not fair to the students if they don't go to college in September, they're being asked to play in July or August when they haven't even gone to college. So we said we would provide flag for the colleges as well as flag outside of college. So you can be on a college team and you can be on a club team. So you can just be playing flag or American football in general for like the whole year. You can play kidded and then go to flag, then go to college and take probably a couple of months and then do it all again.
Yeah, that's great. Non-stop. That's what the sport needs. Ready for the Olympics.
Do you know what colleges are in, or are you allowed to say? Or?
I don't see why I can't say, but it's probably better off not to say just until like it's fully confirmed, just in case the college does or doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Well, the only question I would have then: does the Maynooth Hurricanes become a college team again, or is that also?
So it's Maynooth. They're the Hurricanes. Maynooth Hurricanes, the adult team, and then you have Maynooth Hurricanes University, the college team. So they can.
They can do both.
Yeah. As long as they're college students, as long as the people playing in the varsities are college students. Yeah.
Well, we have this ready, so we're going to hit this wee thing here.
Actually, that was quite nice. That was nice. That was a nice transition.
Playoff picture, Division 1.
Wait, hold on. How did we end up? Oh, yes, this is Cowboys seconds. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot the Cowboys have a second team. I just forgot that for a whole second. Playoffs. So I think Owen said that the playoffs may have been on the 21st of October. I actually can't remember what you said.
Oh, is this we bigged up the whole?
Yeah. So this year we have the playoffs in the indoor arena, which is deadly. Like that gets booked out so quick. But a catch-22 to that is that we can't have outside spectators. However, the games will be streamed, so people that are not on the teams, they'll be able to watch those games in real time anyway. So it's not like people will miss out on the finals. All right, we have the playoff picture here, so this is what it's looking like. The Leash Labs, new team this year, and I can say that they are a very good team.
The good boys with a good team.
It's a good dogs. It's a good team. Haley, who's their head coach, don't know what she's doing, but she's running a very good camp out there. The guys are playing very well. I've seen them play in Sports Campus, and they are a well-won team. Obviously, you have the Cowboys. Cowboys split in two. They're just as good as one team as they are a good team. have the Rebels. The Rebels have missed out on a few games because of, name that will not be named and things that have happened in the past. But
pray
Rebels
tell.
currently. No. But the Rebels also have good guys on their team. They have the likes of Dylan. They have the likes of Nick. They have I can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head. It's Brazilian, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I got his ethnicity wrong, sorry to him. But he's also a good player. And then on the other side, you have another new team fresh into the league this year, the Dragons, who just dominated.
That logo was badass.
Yeah, it's
unbelievable.
There's only one logo better than it.
And then we have the Wolves, who are 3-0. The Wolves are a solid team. Their quarterback and then their main receiver, Ruben, who's actually a board member, that man can catch a ball. He's got hands for days. Runs a very good routes. They're like all these teams that are making the wild card and playoffs. Any of their spots could change. Like I can envision a world where maybe the Cowboys lose a game or two, and then the next thing you know, the Labs lose a game or two. Next thing you know, the Cowboys have the free seed. The Labs are playing in the wild card game. The Wolves could end up getting the top seed. Like it's wide open in Division 1, which is actually really good to see. Like usually you'd have in Division 1 where it's like the teams that are at the top are borderline premier teams, and then everyone else is trying to catch up. But no, everyone is like, it's fair game. Now, obviously, you have the teams that are below from like 3, 4, 5, but they'll catch up as well over the year. So like this playoff picture right now could change, after as early as this Saturday, because there's games happening this Saturday, and then there's another set of games on the 7th of October. So this could change, but like if not, if it stays the way like it is, we will see some great football in the indoor camp. Like I'm excited to see. We've changed it this year where it's the first from the north, first from the south, and then you've got the second and third from the other division, so that you're not playing, regardless, you won't play your same division twice unless you meet them in the final or, something happens where the wild card comes in and just has the best day of their life and takes everybody out.
Well, that's it's you'll probably be the best man to answer it. Buy on. A flag can work in a 2-conference setup. You have your north, you have your south. Why do you think that works for flag but doesn't work for kitted? Or do you think it should work for kitted? I know it's a bit off topic.
It should work. No, it's fine. It should work for kitted. If I'm being honest, I think north and south works because you stay in your bubble in terms of being north and south, whereas in kitted, everybody plays everybody at least once, and some teams will have to travel more times than I guess they would like in kitted. So maybe that's why it doesn't work. I
don't find a team in Limerick. It's straightforward.
I mean, that would be my guess why. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. Like you have with the north, obviously they're all within an hour's drive of each other, and the south, everyone's within like 30 minutes to an hour. Bar Cork being all the way in Cork, Cork are all the way in Cork.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can do about that.
Big catchment area out there.
I just wonder why do we wait for Owen to possibly come back in? I don't know. Maybe, but I just wonder if the quality in flag is a wee bit closer, so it's easier to have a north-south, whereas in kitted, there might be a bit more of a gap in quality in certain areas if you do north and south, unless, you wouldn't be able just to do like Northern Ireland and the south of Ireland. It would have to be some from
the northern counties.
Yeah, like the Mavericks would have to probably go up to the north. North Dublin Pirates would probably have to go up. And I just don't know if then it maybe confuses it. But there just seems to be a bit more of like a variety of teams in flag, like a variety of areas, like the North Down Dragons. I'm not sure. Are they Newtonards or?
Yeah, they're Newtonards.
Newtonards. Yeah. Like you wouldn't have the likes of that. Razorbacks, having a quick look.
You get the Dublin City Wolves, Leash Labs, the
yeah,
Lions.
like there's teams dotted about, whereas I feel like at Kidded there's a bit more of a gap between the teams. So I think maybe that's why it's not as easy just to do north south in the Kidded, but then the flag it's a wee bit more accessible.
Yeah, the teams there are teams close to whatever county you're in or region you're in, whereas you can be close. Because you've got the likes, the South is pretty much, as I said, all the teams in Dublin, but you've got Kildare teams that are not far away. Obviously, Cork is the outlier, but Cork don't mind traveling like twice because they get people to travel to them. Same in the North, everyone's within their region, like they're all close by. So, and plus, new teams coming in. I think to play flag, obviously the barrier to entry to flag is easier. So you can set up a team in like whatever county that you're in. It's quick to set up. Once you just meet the league requirements, you're good to go, and that's why we see the influx of new teams coming in. Like I'm hoping that probably next year or even the year after that we can have 3 regions, so we can have North, Central, and South that will have so many teams. And then
that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be really good. And teams will pretty much not have to travel far until you've got the likes of your cross region or your playoff games. So.
I've also just received a message from GreenZone official flag correspondent Owen Connolly. Apparently it's a Power Cup.
Damn. His Storm Agnes, is it? Or Agnes? Or...
Is it Nigel? Is it Nigel?
Agnes?
I thought it was
Agnes.
No? Agnes or Agnes?
Maybe it's different.
I think it's Agnes.
I'm really sure it was Nigel. Last time I checked, it was Nigel. But maybe it's different for different... Because we are technically in different countries. But you know what's funny? Because the way he sits at that window, I was like, geez, it is really bad where he is. So that makes sense.
So we'll move on to the Premiership, Premier Division. Does it look like this still? Why are we a flag podcast?
I think it has changed. Cowboys won all their games. Vipers were off. They had their bye week. Trojans went 1-1, didn't they? So that
yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, they went 5-3. So they are right beside. Wow, that's actually interesting. So Trojans and Vipers are 5-3, and their next set of games are the cross region. So the Vipers have to contend with the Panthers and Cowboys. They could potentially lose their second place spot and be in third place and have to play second place in the other division. So Trojans and Vipers could swap depending on how the Trojans do in those cross region games, which is actually interesting to see.
Yeah, it's like the Trojan squad. It's not that it's new, but it's relatively new, is it not? Am I just making this up?
No, it's not. No, Trojans have been around. I wouldn't say it's new. Like they have guys like Hassan who's running the show there, and he's been around a long time. I'm pretty sure that flag team's been around a while. I remember I saw some old picture of their old kid floating around somewhere. I actually didn't think it was that close for second and third in the North. That would be interesting on the 14th, to say the very least. But let's imagine that it stays like this. This will probably just end up being a repeat of last year, where the teams that are in these spots were in the same spot last year. The Cowboys and Raptors game last year was really close. Came down to the wire in the end, and then they ended up getting to the finals against us, the Panthers, which ended up losing. Us against the Vipers was actually close as well. The game started off, I think the Vipers were up last year in that game, or I think they were up, yeah, and then we just brought it back. So the Vipers are a very good team. And then the Vipers will have to play previous champions, Eagles, who have been champions God knows how many times. I actually don't know how many times they've won it at this point.
Yeah, they seem to be having a rocky enough season. Or are they just scoring draws for the fun of it?
I would say they're having the most smooth season ever. Like if you're looking at their chart, it's literally just a straight line.
But the draws show you like how close sometimes it is in the South. Like we drew with the Eagles, Hurricanes drew with the Eagles, Raptors and Eagles games. The difference in that game was 1 point. I think it was 34-35. Like it's, as I said, it's just it just happens that we just happen to have a good day on most of our games that we ended up being first, but it could have gone anyway on all those games. Like it was very close.
Yeah, no, so and that is again, they're all going to be down in the Sport Ireland campus
Yeah,
indoor arena.
and indoor arena, which will be on the 22nd of October.
And we'll get that on the AFI YouTube, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll get it up on stream, some shape or form. We'll get it set up and get it good to go.
Are we going to see the dream team that is Joe Kinahan and Owen Connolly doing commentary?
I don't know. The Hurricanes could still clinch a spot. They're not out of the running yet, so Joe might end up being on the field rather than being a commentator.
Well, as it stands.
Okay. Well, as it stands,
I'll be in reserve. I'll stand there unless Joe qualifies.
Yeah, it'll just be me and Dave being like, "Huh, they did some flagging there."
good flagging right here, right now.
Yeah, well, I suppose so we've had the Euros, we've had an extremely competitive Premiership as well. Flag is coming to the Olympic Games. That's something that's going to happen in the next round of the Olympics. I mean, is Ireland ready to kind of take that next step from the Euros into the likes of the Olympics, and like, where do you see flag in Ireland in the next sort of 4 or 5 years?
Well, I think it was a very good thing that the Euros came to Ireland because, we've been in our bubble and most teams just have been playing everyone in Ireland. Most teams don't get the chance to go abroad. And then these teams coming in, you get to see the standard of Europe. You get to see like the top athletes from other countries, which are on other flag teams in those countries coming in, how they run their camps, how they run their plays, their management teams, etc. And because they've come in, Ireland now has gotten a look at that. We've been able to learn from that, see how things are run, such we can vastly improve our game. I think definitely in the World Championships, we will do a lot better than we did in the European Championships. And in the Olympics, if we keep going the way we're going, keep growing our teams, need to grow our officials, and if we grow our coaches, I don't see any reason why we can't be a competitive team in the Olympics at all.
Yeah, because I think there's an element of watching the flag championships, and there's a lot of guys who play flag, and well, I don't, but I have the same sort of experience of I look at a playsman like I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah.
Kind of scenarios where guys were avoiding flag pulls by kind of bending their knees and
getting their knees and like, basically touching the ground.
At what stage does this comedy walk become a tactic?
No, there are like some of those guys that came in from other countries, like they were shifty. Some of them were fast. Some of them were really tall. Like I've never seen a guy be practically 7 foot playing flag, and he was a blitzer. Like imagine 7 foot running straight at you, and you're trying to throw over or around it. Like and I'm 6'4", and I'd be terrified of that happening.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, from the Euro specifically, was that guy the guy that you looked at from the whole tournament being like, fuck, that guy's good, that guy's something.
Well, when I saw him, I'd say, yeah, he was good, like well-trained. Germans knew what they're doing, brought in the tall guys, well-trained, and, height is an advantage, speed is an advantage. They use all those things to their advantage. But even watching those, Ireland played against Italy, I believe, the men's team, and that game was very close. Like I'd say, just a couple of mistakes, and it went Italy's way. But Italy are a top podium team in Europe, and that just goes to show that Ireland can compete. And just given a bit more extra time, just to get our, cogs together, we can definitely compete and beat those kind of teams. Like we even had the first female team competing in the European Championship. They scored their first touchdown. That was a great day for Ireland and everything. And their eyes were opened as well. And we got to see how we fared against those other teams. And I don't think Ireland, for men or women, is far behind the rest of Europe. Like yes, we're probably maybe let's say if they were on stage 3, we'd be on stage 1.5 going to stage 2, and then if we just put a bit of extra things in place, we can catch up to those teams, those countries easily, and then basically show them what we're made of and be competitive and even beat them. In terms of watching out for players, yes, there were good players on the day watching out for them, but I don't think there was any one guy or girl in particular I was like, I wish I was like them. It was more like, all right, these guys are very good, but I can be just as good. I just need to probably put in a bit more effort and just not be standing on the sideline. Need to get back to training. I want to play some more flag, but they're good. They're all good. Don't get me wrong. But we also have the athletes too that can compete with them.
Yeah, I was going to say you kind of hit the nail on the head, and a lot of people have said this about Irish football, whether it be kitted or flag. Like Irish players don't, or Irish teams don't believe they're good enough to compete with Europe. So they don't. And anyone who's played over here and then went to Europe, or any European team, when asked the question about Ireland, is like there's no reason why they can't believe they can do it. It's just a very, very quintessentially Irish thing to be like, no, you wouldn't catch us doing that. No, wouldn't be able for it.
It's not cool to be confident and Irish at the same time.
No, it's a complete juxtaposition. But I think we need to address that. Yes, we have some absolute fucking gems over here and some absolutely insane players. And in fairness, a lot of them seem to leave Kildare and go to Germany. But we need to start backing ourselves a lot more. There's no reason why we can't compete on this European or global stage. Maybe we won't be first, second, or third, but we can still go out and be competitive.
Yeah, for sure. We have the talent, we have the pool of players. It's just bringing that together, organizing it together, and then taking that to the overall competitions. Maybe it's just more exposure for teams to just say, we can also go out to play in European tournaments and get these other clubs. Sometimes it's okay to go to these tournaments and, if you come last place, so be it. But you will learn a lot from playing in European tournaments. You might open your eyes to different ways of running plays, running defenses, offenses, etc. And then you come back, you're changed, you're a better team, you play in Ireland. Next thing you know, you're hammering the teams that you lost to. Another year goes by and you go to Europe again, and next thing you know, you're competing. So we can do it just as well as them because they started the same as us. Everyone started from 0 and then went up.
Yeah, we just need to believe ourselves, and everyone's seen that. Oh, sorry, Dave.
No, I was just going to say when I watched the European Championships, I think if you give the men and the women's team a replay, if you were playing a video game or something like that, and you hit restart, you'd see a very different performance level. Because I even thought in the women's game at the start, it might have been a bit we're here, this is such a cool event that we're doing. And then at the end, they were like, no, we can actually play these teams and we can actually put up some points. I think if you give them that tournament again, you would see a lot more competitive games. And I think it's the same with the men's. If you could literally hit pause, restart tournament, you would see maybe even some wins in there. And but it was so cool to see it at such a high level because, like I say, or like me and Chris, we don't really have much knowledge when it comes to the flag. I was like, I'll stick this on because it's cool, it's local. We'll see how it goes. And the level of competition was incredible. The first game I watched was GB and France women's teams. And I was I was working. So I had my laptop underneath my 2 monitors while I was taking calls. And they're like, GB Shakhtar. Oh my God, that's so cool. This is such a good game. I had to go on busy. But this is great. And I really, really enjoyed it. So, but I think literally the only thing the Irish team didn't have was experience and maybe just a wee bit of confidence. But now if I, put them in another tournament, and I bet you there'll be a couple more wins in there.
Yeah, they'll definitely do better than they did before. The experience thing is probably the biggest thing that just let us down. We prepared. We had no, I guess, realization of the competition that we're actually going in. We went in and it was like, oh, this is the competition. Got our feet going, and then yes, we started being more competitive as the day goes on. But I guess if we just had that from the start, it could have been a different thing for Ireland altogether.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Is anyone else very impatient about it, though? Like, there's kind of I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay, go ahead.
So, there's all this hullabaloo, let's call it, about flag, but the NFL pushing flag, all this sort of stuff. And it's kind of like, not that we're impatient for it. I'm kind of sitting there being like, why the fuck weren't we doing this years ago? You know, there's always been the flag. I mean, why hasn't there been this much of a push on a local level? You know, have we missed a trick? And I'm kind of like sitting there being like, no, hindsight's 2020. You know.
I wouldn't say we missed the trick or missed the trend. We were just, I guess, let's call it so far behind the other countries that we were starting from zero, and they were way ahead, and we had to find our feet, get the base in place, you know, start off small, and then from there, once we got the base in place, got our officials trained, you know, coaches learning how to teach flag, etc., getting the athletes in, then we can vamp up and ramp it up. Now it's just at the cost of being still a year or two behind the other countries, but yeah, so be it. Everyone starts from somewhere. We'll catch them in no time.
Yeah. So when's the World Championships?
Next August in Finland, I think. I believe it's next August in Finland.
And what we're looking for? Good solid 10th.
How many teams actually enter?
Negative.
How many teams actually?
Well, no. Like let's be realistic, Dave. We can't be like, oh, Ireland podium.
Well, if we're being realistic, yeah, we may not come out with the big winners trophy. You know, we may not come top 4, but I wouldn't say we come 10th. Like, you know, if between now and August is 11 months away, if we put in the work for 11 months, you never know. We could be in the top 8 finish. Like we could finish in the top 8. We could make it to the quarterfinals. Like if we really push ourselves, and then if things fall on our lap on the day, you never know where we can go from there. Like I wouldn't say that Ireland's going to come last or by any stretch of the imagination. It's just between now and August, what do we do? What are we going to do to prepare for the World Championships? And that's going to, I guess, determine whether or not we come 10th, as you said, Chris, or make it a lot further.
Yeah, but is there going to be like a pause with Wolfhounds training? You know, it's kind of right. Flag season's done. We're back in the kitted here now. Is there going to be that sort of pause, or are we going to see it behind the scenes Wolfhounds flag training constantly? You know, it's you can't be a part-time national team.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Obviously, I'm not on the national program, so I can't say what they are going to do. But you would hope. And I'm sure that this is part of their plan, that it's going to be a continuous thing. Because if we just have a pause and say, all right, the league's over, we had our fun in the European Championship, we can wait until next year, February or March, and start again when, you know, it's nice and sunny or whatever, or the players are available, then yeah, we're going to come 10th. We might not even come 10th. We'll probably just come last if we're going to do that. Because the other teams have been preparing since the European Championships. And they're still preparing now. They're probably playing in other tournaments, not as their country. And they'll just continue to do it until the World Championships come. And then you'll see that unfold with teams that are winning, making it to the playoff places, top 4, top 2 finishes. So Ireland as a whole, we as a whole need to just continue, ramp it up, and get the ball rolling on this. Like, it has to start basically now.
Yeah, just on the whole 10th thing, I assumed to be like 20 or 30I teams at the
moment. Okay, I thought you were still doing 12 or something.
I wasn't being a dick. I thought we're like, it was kind of mid-table. That's what we I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Sorry,
yeah, well, I think at 25 minutes past what you said you could do for us, I think it might be time to let you go, Ben. No, but it's so as a reminder, what date are the flag playoffs on?
22nd of October in the indoor arenas. Now, spectators can't go, but the wildcard and finals, everything on that day will be streamed. AFI
yes. YouTube page. Yes. Dave, you have any more questions for Ben?
No. I couldn't think of any better way to say it. I'm more looking at the time being like, it's way over your
I know.
In terms of like how much. No, but thank you so much for coming on. This doesn't have to be the last note, by the way. This is just a personal note for me. Thanks so much for coming on and talking to us about flags. Like we say, we don't really know an awful lot about it, but hopefully either I'll join a team next year or I'll co-own the Lisburn leatherback sea turtles, and we'll get in the league in 2 years' time.
Where is it? Where downloads?
Where is it? Actually, Chris, while you're looking at maybe it's time to do a flag sexy bowl. Chris is like, please.
Well, we will do a flag sexy bowl on one condition. If we have the where the hell is this thing? There it is. If we have the not consent, if we have the blessing of the director of flag to announce the flag sexy bowl commencing, we shall do it. Ben, what do you reckon?
I mean, it's a bit of fun. I don't see why not. Like, it's a bit of fun. Get everyone involved in flag. Like, although I'm with the Panthers and I like our jersey, if I don't vote for the Panthers, I'm saying it now. I'm voting for the Crusaders because I like their kit.
Yeah. So teams, send us the best photograph of your flag kit, or even better still, pose in your kits. And we yes, strike a pose, take a photo, send it in. We'll do a bit of fun. We'll have the flag teams. We'll do the same thing we did for the kitted. I'll buy a trophy. I'm just on speed line for buying trophies for stuff now.
We need another one.
Yeah, we need another goddamn trophy. And then hopefully we get polls, get engagement, and then we'll crown a winner of the AFI flag sexy bowl. So we will. But where is it? There it is. There. Yes. So that's what we're looking for next year.
Oh, there we go.
How sweet is that of a logo?
That's actually really good too.
Yes, Canva's AI finest. Yes. So expect to hear more about the Lisburn Leatherback Sea Turtles official AFI GreenZone charity flag team. Hashtag Go Turtles. It's so stupid.
How that just came about, but it's actually a thing now that we're gonna have to do.
Now you have to stick with it. It's a thing now.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of it now.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things that what started off as a joke has just bloody turned into the whole shebangle.
Maybe that's the thing. Whoever wins the flag sexy bowl gets the honor of making our kit. Whoever makes the kit for the winning team gets to make
Bantam, Ridge. Actually, I'm not. I don't know enough fucking manufacturers.
Not enough lists.
No, not enough. Not enough. Gonna stop that. 100%. Yeah, winning manufacturer decides the Turtles sexy kit. But Ben, you just said there's like, well, these two gobshites talking about it. I agreed for half an hour. Yeah, well, thanks very much for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. And yeah, guys, get involved in flag. Ben's doing great work behind the scenes to make all this possible for you. So,
me and the committee. If I don't mention the committee, they'll probably eat me. So it's all.
We'll do it anyway.
Yeah, they're not here. They're not here. Yeah. You're here.
And also, there's Ben asked to come on. Normally, we're like begging people from the league, but like, oh, come on, just come down.
No. All right, thanks guys for having me.
But yeah, thanks, bud. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you very much, Ben.
I'll speak to you guys soon. Take it easy.
All right, see you, Ben.
Right. Cheers, thank you, Ben.
Take it easy. Bye.
No, there's only two of us.
There's only two of us, yeah.
I'm assuming Owen isn't coming back.
No, I'm led to believe he's just a complete another power cut, and he's yes, apparently Owen lives in Kilcock. Yeah.
Sorry to all the Kilcock residents.
Yes.
Funny name.
Yeah.
It's a funny name.
estimated restoration time of Owen's electricity is midnight tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awful.
Kilcock!
Fault! Kilcock!
Fault Kilcock! Do you want to take like 10 minutes and run through the stuff and then we'll call it? Or do you want to call it now?
The NFL? What do you mean?
Like, yeah, we'll go through. We'll try to just talk about how the Dolphins absolutely spanked everyone, and then go through.
Are we doing predictions, or we do?
Yeah, we might. We can do whatever you want, man. We're at an hour.
Whatever the viewers want, but they'll not know until.
They'll not know. Yeah.
Later on,
it's hard to gauge it. No, you know what?
10 minutes is ambitious.
You know, I just want to watch. Where's this video? I shouldn't have done that. What have I done? Oh, I'm ruining everything. Yeah, right.
If only you had a graphic.
Yeah, if only I had a graphic. Yeah, what I want to do is this.
I love that. So good.
Devon H. It's not a chain, or is it a chain?
Oh no, he changed it.
Yeah, he had changed it.
Is it H-on? H-on he's going with now rather than A-chain?
Yes.
I seen that he didn't like one of them, but I can't remember. I feel like I was like, why is H-on better than A-chain? So I feel like he's changed it to H-on.
Yeah, I think it's H-on because the Dolphins had a pronunciation of his name in like the game program or something like that, and he was like, "Nah, that's not how you pronounce it, guys." Ian Rappaport.
Yes, I think Ian Rappaport put up a thing saying it was it's Devon A-chan rather than A-chain. Yeah, so it's A-chan rather than A-chain.
Yeah, A-chan. So the rookie QB out of Texas State, or the rookie running back out of Texas State. Yeah,
like the fuck.
Just fucking filthy. Look at this. Just watch this absolute nonsense.
The Broncos defense are hilarious though. I don't know what's going on here. I think this is really cool that we can do this. Obviously, we probably can't do this.
We can
due to copyright.
No, I just give it like a copyright thing at the bottom. As long as we're kind of talking over it and kind of adding our content, it's
just very cool it is.
yeah, look at this fucking thing. He's gonna go.
He's like, oh my god! Oh, that is so cool. The no-look shuttle pass.
Yeah,
is see, like I will admit that I was not sold on Tua at all. Didn't really rate him. But he's flipping. I don't know how many consecutive passes he had yesterday, or on Sunday. But I know he was very close to completing the record for Miami. I think he was on 17 consecutive passes.
Yeah, he was 23 and 26 as well.
Yeah, so
309 yards, 4 touchdowns. But if you look at have you seen that thing about the 3 fastest players in the NFL?
They probably do all play for the Dolphins.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I don't know who's the third one. Waddle, Hill,
Mostert.
Oh, really? Mostert?
Is it? It was either Mostert or Achan. I was reading that they at one stage were competing for the national 200-meter record.
Oh, actually, I know. We're 18 plus now. Did you see what Tyreek Hill said today?
No.
You're like, why is he checking that we're 18 plus?
Hang on. I'm just gonna fucking fire this out there.
Well, it's not allegedly. He came out and said it. That when he retires, he wants to be a porn star.
Outstanding. I'm Googling.
He said it on a podcast, and like porn stars have reached out about advice how to get into the industry, but it's like it's Tyreek Hill. If the guy wants to make a video, that you will be coming to him. There's a pun in there. I'll let the audience.
Tyreek Hill wants to be a porn star when he retires from the NFL. Yeah, dead serious. What the fuck?
It's like, why? You're a millionaire. Why do you want to do that?
Oh, boy just wants to buck.
He's just a small man with big dreams.
Yeah,
and aspirations. But
but not even like a Pornhub porn star. He wants to be an OnlyFans.
I mean, I know he said, I think it was him that said that like he wants to retire really early. I think it's it might be at the end of his Dolphins contract. That's him done.
Yeah. Well, I can understand that. I mean, like, well, yeah, he just wants to be fucking in his prime. You know,
he needs to be young and healthy. Of 18 plus, we've
yeah, we are 18 plus. That's why we don't show youth shit. But yeah, like I think with Tyreek Hill, what makes him so special is his speed. You know, and he will just slow down as his career progresses. You know, and if the one thing you're known for, well, amongst many things, but the main thing you're known more, if that's gone, just make the main thing you're known for be like the fastest man in porn.
The cheetah.
Gotta go fast.
I was literally just like, you know, like I was going to say the tiger print, but the cheetah print.
You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. We could have ended this episode in an hour. Just be like, you know what? Flag football, up a flag. Here we go. And we made it to an hour. Everything would have been grand. But no, we had to talk about fucking Tyreek Hill's porn ambitions.
I mean, there's that, and then there's another big headline that we have to touch upon as well. What's the word? An explosion of two worlds that has seen a crossover like no other.
Oh yes. Like she is the cheer captain.
And no, it doesn't work. No, she was in the bleachers.
No, she was in the VIP room.
Ah, well, they're bleachers in my eyes.
VIP suites, they're in them goddamn bleachers.
Obviously, we're talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, but on Monday, now she's still here and she's in the room opposite me. My girlfriend's little sister was in my kitchen on Monday and goes, someone who's never watched American football ever in her life, and she goes, "What about Travis Kelce?" And I had to, like, my brain just went boop. I was like, what did she just say to me? Did she just say the words Travis Kelce to me?
Is this like when Friend Circle B, someone from Friend Circle B says a joke that's Friend Circle A?
But this is even, it's even bigger than that. To hear those words, like in Irish households, you would hear Tom Brady the odd time. Travis Kelce is a tight end. Yes, he's the best tight end in the league, and he's a very famous American football player, but you don't hear him in households regularly in Ireland.
No.
America's different.
No. Yeah.
So to hear that name from someone who has no interest, and you're like, what? And then she told me today, she's like, yeah, I'm probably a Chiefs fan. And then she's like, but obviously, like, I have a soft spot for the Steelers and I was just like, this is weird. I'm uncomfortable.
Are you saying that T Swizzle has made football accessible to the masses?
I do, because there's so many TikToks and things about like, oh, we've decided what we want to watch this Sunday. and it's the Chiefs against the Bears. Um, and it's like, oh, I get to see Taylor Swift talking to Travis and Jason Kelsey's mum, and I get to watch the Chiefs embarrass the Bears as they're garbage.
But here's the thing: are we going to go out on a limb here and be like, you know what, Taylor, because we know you're watching, we're going to make Taylor Swift the official GreenZone ambassador to American football.
Yeah, and she's already accepted.
I know she's already accepted. This is a different trophy.
You've never.
Moving on.
Interesting.
No. If you avert your eyes into the group chat, that will explain exactly why I had to cut you off there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that is true.
Anyone watching will be like,
what? Yeah.
I met Jimmy Savile. Shut up.
I did work for Nicole Kidman before. I could say that. I'm not under NDA for that one.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. But yes, two worlds colliding. T-Swizzle. And who's like, did you see all the shit going down for like, oh, this is the only Kelsey and Swift action I want to see.
DeAndre and Jason.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see, what do you call that betting company in America? Is it
DraftKings?
Was it them? They had a bet named was it You Belong With Me? And it's if Travis Kelsey and the Chiefs score a touchdown and win, and if DeAndre Swift scores a touchdown and the Eagles win, they named the bet You Belong With Me, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just, you love the creativity that comes out of such events. And then it'll be over in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, yeah. No one will care.
No one will notice. I hope it sticks. I'm a big fan of that relationship. I hope it really sticks, but both characters are a bit erratic.
Yeah.
Is that a good? I mean, Travis Kelsey had a dating show to find him a girlfriend. He had a reality
he did,
TV
yes,
show.
actually he did.
And it's the worst and best thing ever to watch. But yeah, just weird combination of worlds.
Yeah. Can I show you my favorite meme from this week?
Of course. Gleefully.
Yeah. Shit. Fucking. I should have had this lined up. Why didn't I have this lined up? Why didn't I have this lined up?
Did you? While you're. Well.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself, big man. Like, the only thing that gave this away is really that it was a meme.
It wasn't like the whole thing.
Hang on. Are you mean to tell me fucking Stone Cold Steve Campbell wouldn't come off of fucking something like this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because I forget, Dan Campbell was in one of the Hard Knocks.
He was in last year's Hard Knocks.
No, but he was like a tight end coach for the Jets, I think, in like 2010. And he was a very nice, polite dude. So I really just you and me, Jabroni, Shirtless and Kenny Loggins.
You know what, Pete? Let's leave the boys out of this. Let's settle this mano a mano. Just you and me, Jabroni, Shirtless, Kenny Loggins playing glass in the stadium speakers.
You sent this into the Fantasy League chat.
Yes, I did.
What is going on? Oh, wait. I had a YouTube video playing in the background because I had my earphones, and I was like, who is speaking in my head?
Raid
what was I
Shadow
gonna say?
Legends.
What was that in reference to? That meme? Was there beef between them? Because I didn't see anything.
No, I think it's just haha funny funny. As
Fair
easy
enough.
as that. Yeah, just funny for the sake of haha funny funny.
That's the best. Also, funny. I can't even. No, actually, it wasn't this week. But I seen a video of like Patrick Mahomes' like side arm pass thing he
Yes.
does, the fancy one. Do you ever see Justin Fields try that and hit no lineman in the head?
No.
I don't know from when it was, but I seen it and pissed myself laughing because the guy just gets hit in the side of the head with the ball. It's just feels like wow. But even Justin Fields took a massive hit and was clearly concussed this weekend, and was walking about like, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm fine." And DJ Moore had to escort him off the field, like, "Get off, you are out of it."
Absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we survived the Monday Night Football without anyone dying, which was good.
Who
I
was
thought
Monday Night Football again this week?
Bengals and people.
Rams?
Bengals and Rams. That
Rams,
weird kind of
yeah.
nothing game. I was convinced Joe Burrow was going to get taken out by a sniper. Because again, it was another thing as well. It was like the last three Monday Night Footballs. Damar Hamlin dies. Aaron Rodgers fucking blows his leg. Nick Chubb's knee falls off.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with it being a night game. Their bodies are more seized up or something. I don't know. I mean, I can't say that for Damar Hamlin, but I'm not touching that.
No,
I'm not touching that.
Man died. Man died.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he did. Did his heart not stop?
Oh no, he died. He died. He just straight up died.
I like that message about the other thing we were talking about. Chrissy has put a laughy face on it, but it's like she has no idea what that means.
she's just like, yeah,
what are you
getting involved?
What are you talking about?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So,
but quick scandal last week, dude. Anything upsetting there? Anything jump out at you as a major upset?
Oh, yeah. Where is it? Go down a little bit more.
No,
well, there is one. There is one there. Actually, go with that one first.
Fucking, you saying this isn't a fucking upset?
No, there's a worse one. But we'll go with the Texans one first.
Like, what the fuck happened to Trevor Lawrence?
I would love to know, because
how much did he cost you?
I mean, I don't know if he's got over 10 points for me in fantasy this year. I know we're only in week 3, but like, the guy's going to be throwing 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe 1 interception here or there. But he's just not getting anything done on offense. And I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible stats.
It's not.
But I think, oh, actually, no, I tell a lie. I think he may have got like 14 points for me this week when I say that, which is serviceable. But I was picking this guy to be like, look at CJ Stroud. I'm not even sure if he's on a team in our league.
No.
Like 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's got 1 more yard than Lawrence. But I don't know what's up with the Jags other than their defense. Maybe is
like they didn't score points in the first half.
No. And the Texans, Tank Dell, what a name. And he had a hell of a game. And the fullback scoring a return touchdown for them was pretty. The Tank, right? The guy I was playing with this week, I can't even remember who it was, had Tank Bigsby, and he had like a predicted 4 points. I was like, it'll be fine. And he actually got a little touchdown. I beat him anyway, but I don't care. No, it's
don't even fucking start me. Like, I'm fucking livid. I am absolutely fucking livid with week 3.
You would have beat me fairly comfortably this week if we played.
I got a notification from the NFL fantasy app being like, oh, nobody in this league has ever scored so high and lost. It's like, cheers, mate. Fucking 32-point defense of the fucking Buffalo Bills. What am I supposed to do with that?
What up, Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, it's like,
Do you have Kirk Cousins?
I do. He's my starting QB.
You're literally Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
1,000 yards and no wins.
Yeah, fucking absolute bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit.
My shock of the week: Cardinals, Cowboys.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because
I don't know why that's not a shock.
It's the Cowboys. If there's going to be a team that's going to fuck up for like weeks 3 through to 7, it's going to be the Cowboys. Yeah. It's what they do. They start off strong and they come in like, oh, we're the fucking Cowboys. Then they forget how to play. Then 5 weeks later, they remember.
But like, yes, there's a lot of what's the word, props to be given to the Cardinals coaches, but Josh Dobbs is a stud. Guy is awesome. When Kyler Murray comes back, this might be a hot take. I'm like, bye. Go to the Jets. Go to wherever. We'll take a first-round pick. Bye. And I'm having that guy. He might not be the guy for the next 5 years or in 5 years' time, but he literally puts the team on his back and he gets like one touchdown.
He puts the team on his back with 189 yards on his shoulders.
Is there a way to check his rushing stats? Because man must have got
a player stats.
There. 55 yards off 6 carries. Like, holy shit. Like, the guy has wheels. And the thing is, when the Steelers drafted him, he's a rocket scientist. So once he's done playing football, he has a job waiting for him at NASA. He beat the Cowboys, who looked unbelievable. Dak was looking like the best quarterback in the league. And he's one of them guys where you look at Justin Fields and he's like, I have no idea how to pass a ball. I'm just going to run. Josh Dobbs runs when he's got a bit more
composure.
He's got a bit more composure and a bit more steel. He will literally bundle through players as well. Like, he's a big dude. Like, he'll sink his shoulder into somebody to get a first down. I think he's awesome. Literally, he costs nothing. But there was a video that was circulating about he went to buy a jersey in the Cardinals shop for someone in his family, and they didn't have him on like the shirts you could purchase. There's a screen with all the team players, and he wasn't on it. And he sent a video to them being like, "Bro, like, what the fuck?
Like I'm literally your franchise QB."
I just think it's funny he was going into the shop and he was going to buy one. They were like $150. Insane. But
yeah, I'm sure the multimillionaire.
Yeah, but he plays. He's the quarterback for the Cardinals. You should get that stuff handed to him. You should have more than enough.
No, it's like when we get GreenZone merch, we buy it ourselves.
Unless
Bantam.
Hey, Bantam.
Get us some drip. Yeah, not well, like Dolphins. We've always spoke about them. It's just not fair.
Awesome.
But everything else kind of went to plan. I wasn't like Vikings Chargers. I thought that would have went a different way.
That was a defensive nightmare. That whole game between both those teams. Was it 772 yards between the two quarterbacks? Like,
yeah,
50 pass attempts.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Keenan Allen with a 49-yard touchdown. Yeah, no, it was a nightmare. But the Vikings being 0-3 is
that's
a shock.
Well, they won every coin flip game last year, you know.
Coin flip. Yeah, literally, they're just losing them this year. That is the only difference, really.
In fairness, if they could get the ball control under control, yeah, like there's no reason why they can't win out for a while.
Yeah.
So on the next week, we're going to do predictions off camera. So I think we'll just write them down, get Chrissy to do a graphic up. Apologies that there was none. Chrissy was on holiday. And I was supposed to do it, and then I just straight up didn't. I'm I'm not even going to try to make an excuse. I went on my holidays to Donegal and went and had a lovely weekend with my family and didn't really check my
Nobody
phone.
cares. We'll post one sometime, and they'll be like, "Oh, they're still doing this."
I was like, oh, they're an NFL podcast. I never make it
We're
through
trying
the
to do
flag pod.
flag. All right, we're trying to be local. All right.
All right, we'll
Pipeline.
just take a. You know what, Dave? We're gonna go back to our roots. We'll go back to our roots.
What's that?
So Thursday game.
Oh, yeah, we're only going to talk about a couple of them.
We're gonna talk about 3 games.
3 games. Fair enough.
Packers and Lions. I would actually have money on the Lions here.
So the Packers had a really cool comeback against the Saints. They were 17-0 down in the fourth quarter, and I was like, Jordan Love's dog shit. Like he's not it. And he managed to get 18 points, and then and they went on to win. But I don't know. He's just not somebody like in this sort of game. The Lions are going to be relentless on offense. They're going to go score, or at least that's what you think they're going to do.
Yeah.
And I just don't think he can keep up with an offense like that. I don't know if he can do a shootout the same. And I think that's where the Lions would have the edge on this by a touchdown.
No, I definitely don't think so. I mean, they had a reasonably convincing win in week 1 against the Bears, but it's against the Bears. Last 2 games lost by a point to the Falcons, won by a point to the Saints. I just think the Lions have just more gunpowder.
Yeah, I think that is the difference. Unless the Lions just don't have a really good defense. But I just it's not like the Saints are an amazing team, and then they were down to the backup in Jameis Winston. Even though I love Jameis Winston, the guy just doesn't care. He flings the ball all over the place. But the Packers haven't beat a really good, strong team yet. So I think the Lions would be too much for them, which is a weird sentence.
I'm just looking at the NFC North standings: Packers, Lions, Vikings, and Bears. Weird.
Yeah. It's
NFC South, fucking Falcons leading the way.
Falcons, Desmond Ridder has looked okay. They're just not a team that
bring back Mariota.
I like Mariota. I think he's on the Eagles now as a backup. After watching the QB series, I quite like Mariota. I've liked him since he was in the league as well. But yeah. They're all fairly non-notable players.
Yeah, I don't recognize you, therefore you're not good.
I think there was a couple of half-decent players, but no stars. So no, I think I'll go Lions. Although it is in Lambeau. So
yeah, but Lions and Lambeau, that's gonna be the headline.
Yeah, that's it. The script is Lions and Lambeau. Probably the first time they'll win in Lambeau since 1956 or something, since the curse or whatever. I'm pretty sure there is a curse. I think there is a curse on the Lions. I think there is a curse story, but we'll save that in the barrel for another day.
What is this? Why has nobody nicknamed the NFC North the Wizard of Oz? Lions and Packers and Bears. Oh my!
What?
Just putting that out there.
I don't get it. So hopefully someone gets it.
It's not. It's an hour and a half, Dave. No one's getting shit.
Yeah. Oh well, we had a couple of people say they watched the full 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which is
one of them's Owen.
Thank you so much. I don't watch it. I mean, I live it, but
yeah. This is just your life, Dave. We're just living in it for you.
Yeah, I'm the main character. I'm in the Truman Show.
Texans and Steelers.
Is this really the fixture? One of the fixtures you're going
Well,
to pick? One is a fairly average, below average team, and the other one has the worst offense in the league by a country mile.
but which
like-
is which?
Did you see the graphic about the Steelers' offense, or like the whole NFL's passing and rushing game?
No.
It's like this graph, and you can sort of see like there's the Chiefs are really advanced, and there's a couple like the Texans are in the middle, and it's all in this little clump.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
it did.
If you go out, the Steelers are right in this corner with no other team near them because their offense has been so poor.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how Matt Canada is still a coordinator for us because it was the exact same last year. And it's clearly not Kenneth's fault. Okay, it's never Kenneth's fault. It has to be the coordinator's fault. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, why the hell did you pick this game? It's a standout to us, but not to anybody else.
Yeah, well, it's going to be the Steelers, right?
And I suppose the Irish,
Yeah.
because there's going to be so many more.
Oh, does that mean we have to talk about the Jags as well?
No. Oh, wait, well, it's in London.
Fucking right enough, it is in London.
Jags, fuck, because it's on a half two.
Yeah. The Disney Toy Story broadcast. That's what I'm in for.
I seen that. That's actually quite good. That was on Disney Plus. It's actually quite cool what they did with that. It's on par with the Nickelodeon Slime Bowl or whatever
Time.
that they show on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, are we doing a prediction on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jags.
Two star players in my fantasy are going to be done early on Sunday.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence and Bijan, the chicken Gujan. That's probably offensive.
It probably is.
That's probably offensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just rhymed. That's all I was trying to do. But yeah, I think the Jags have to turn it on at some point, and they just have to fling the thing.
And why not do it at home?
Yeah, I think it is their home. Based on what I was saying last week about like them asking the residents of Jacksonville if they wanted to pay for the stadium, and they're like, no.
People in London will do it. It's like, no.
No, nobody got the stadium.
We're going to move to London. No, you're not.
Yeah, I think like the majority of Jacksonville are like, yeah, you can move if you want. We don't really care.
Yeah, you're not going to do it. Yeah. Bills Dolphins would be a good game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like just trying to have a quick look at some other Cowboys Patriots as well. But yeah, Bills Dolphins, I don't know how the Bills have a really, really good defense. I know they weren't playing the most amazing offense in the world in the Commanders, but
I would say this one's game of the week. This one's game of the week for sure. Where the fuck is it?
Oh yeah. That's not a doubt. It's kind of mad. It's kind of mad. This is on at 6 o'clock on the Sunday. How is this not a prime time game?
Why is this not prime time? Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. Like, why do we have to watch this on an Octo box? I was going to say Ocho box.
The Ocho box. El Ocho box.
Yeah, this game could end 17-10 or
it could be a 100-point game.
50.
It could be a 100-point game.
It has the potential to really be in between any of those. But defense wins championships. I can see the Bills possibly getting a win here.
I think I'm
touchy.
Last year it was the Vikings were my little closet pocket team. But I'm all in on the Dolphins.
Do not say the Miami Dolphins are your little dark horses after putting up 70 points against the Broncos. Listen. I just have a feeling about them.
Yeah, there's just something about them. I don't think anyone else sees it.
The highlights of Achan and Mostert and Hill.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Dog. But 10 fucking touchdowns. I appreciate it was against the Broncos, but 10 touchdowns. They didn't even bother kicking a field goal.
if I did that in Madden, I'd be like, "Fuck this game, it's too easy."
Yeah, you'd be up in the next difficulty level for sure.
Next difficulty, or just flat out, I'm bored. This is way too easy. Let me go on FIFA and get smashed.
Did you hear Mike McDaniels when they said, "Oh, you could have kicked a field goal and got the all-time NFL record for the most points scored in the game," and he was just like, "Yeah, but that's not my style."
70 points.
Yeah, it's 72. Someone scored 72 in like 1956 or something like that. Yeah, and it was against, who was it? It was a current team. I can't remember what current team, but it was against the New York Yanks. Not the Yankees, the New York Yanks.
It just
aren't even a fucking team. So I don't think it counts.
Speaking of offensive football names, did you hear the crack with the Commanders again?
What are they doing now?
So there's a Native American association are suing them, right? And you're
For the
thinking
whole
to yourself,
Redskins thing, yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, oh, there's nothing new there. They had an offensive name for years. They're actually suing them because they removed the name and the crest. Because the guy on the crest for the Redskins was a real person. And they found it disrespectful that they used the name and then removed it. And I think everyone's kind of on my same page of, so we're confused. What didn't like?
No, but was there pressure in the first instance from the Indian community to remove it?
Believe so, but now
actually, you know what? These are treacherous waters, Dave, that we're going to need to Google.
I know, but this is a conversation that's being had, and I'm clearly being like, I have no idea what's going on, and a lot of people are just saying, I think people just hated Dan Schneider and wanted to mess with him.
Yeah,
and now that he's gone, they're like, bring it back, bring it back. It'd be funny.
Yeah, it was. 10 members of Congress sent a letter requesting the name be changed. And then Dan Snyder was a dick about it. Yeah, so 10 members of Congress sent a letter to the Redskins being like, listen, need to change the name. It's based on a 2013 symposium of racist stereotypes and cultural appropriation in American sports at the Smithsonian National Museum. Rolls off the tongue.
Yep.
And then Dan Snyder was all like, this is outstanding. We'll never change the name. It's that simple. Never. You can use caps. NEVER.
Because we're talking about it, go on, put the South Park clip up of him playing on his own for the Redskins. Go on.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. I know. It'll take a minute. It'll take a minute.
That will
good.
probably get us striked.
Well, YouTube copyright aren't even watching this. The algorithm isn't watching it.
Redskins.
I mean, oh well. We'll just get. It's like we're never going to get monetized by YouTube anyway, so may as well.
Oh, is this hot go?
Hot. Because I think Kirk Cousins was still playing and all. Like, yes, it is offensive. I liked it better when it was the Redskins, but that's because it's what I knew. But yes, it's so good.
Doesn't seem anyone to kick off too. Yeah, and Jerry Jones. The lone Redskin is making his way out of the locker room.
Yeah, this is how we. Is this just a South Park watch party? One.
Yeah, do we just? Yeah, we just do a reaction channel now.
Yeah.
Right, I like how. No! Wait, you gotta get a hot in. You gotta get a hot. It'll be 10 seconds.
Yeah. Getting cancelled. Comedy Central's coming at us.
Oh, I've got lightheaded from laughing. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. Anyway,
But
also
yes, so,
Dolphins.
but apparently, no, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I apologize if this is wrong, but it seems that the request to change the name from Redskins didn't actually come from those of the Native American community.
Yeah, you were saying it was congressmen that decided, no, this is cultural appropriation. You need to change it.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this cancel culture.
I mean, we're trying to be educated. We're not.
Yeah, so
offering
I'll try to read
opinions.
this. So it seems from first glance, that yeah, people are suing them for basically removing it and stuff like that. And from the looks of it, it seems to be people speaking on behalf of the Native American community, but not part of the Native American community. Either
Yeah.
way, Redskins, Commanders are getting sued for not being Redskins after being shouted at for being Redskins.
I don't know. It's just a messy situation that, yeah, it probably has distracted that entire franchise a bit. But yeah, just thought
Yeah.
I'd throw that bit of news in there.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
is that
that's all we
the
have time
games?
for. I think that's all we have time for, Dave.
Hey, 20 minutes off 2 hours.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's like we could have stopped it an hour, but we just had to bring up
Talked about
Tyreek Hill and his big fast cock.
Yeah, Taylor Swift, Travis. We had to talk about the big news of
Yeah.
the NFL, and I think we fit it in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Of the flag took about an hour.
It's when we don't have Owen distracting us.
Exactly. Talking his sweet talk with his sweet goatee.
Yeah. He's
that I
looking
actually genuinely like.
I think he looks class now.
I think it looks suitable. Don't know why suitable is the right word that came out of my mouth, but
respectable.
I think respect. Yeah, rock it while you're young, and then you can shave it off and be like, Jesus, you look 10 years younger. Like I'm gonna do with my beard.
Yeah, I can't shave my beard off. It's now my identity.
Yeah, same. Even my girlfriend's mom was like, never shave it off.
Yeah,
just don't do it.
Let's keep it
groovy.
But yes, thank you all so much for watching. All one of you, who's more than likely going to be me.
No,
just in the premiere, making sure no one comments.
There was. Don't comment. Shut up. You're going to get it cancelled. Shut up.
Yes, but thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, give us a subscribe. Hit the bell, ring the ding the dong. Punch the like button. Dislike button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Yes, we've been GreenZone, Ireland's favorite American football podcast. I've been Chris. He's been Dave. I did that back to front. I should have done the other way around. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.